Well, I think this is a very important statement and clearly delineates China's inclusive and holistic view of artificial intelligence. And this is very important because while we spend a lot of time on generative AI, chatbots, thinking about how it might affect many white-collar jobs, it's clear that the next wave of innovation will be AI-powered robotics. And what this means is the ability to greatly reduce, if not entirely eliminate, jobs that are dull, dirty, and dangerous. So this has repercussions for people throughout the world and has the potential to increase the welfare of all of humanity. And related to this is governance. And AI can dramatically increase the efficiency of governance, but it still remains to be seen whether it can change the quality of political decisions or not. But certainly, I think this is why Foreign Minister Wang Yi has really stressed this idea.
Now, speaking of governance, I mean, there is a lot to explore in AI. What should countries do to ensure the safety of AI governance?
Well, there's different aspects of safety. I think one of the most important that we need to pay attention to is inclusivity and fairness. So, and this applies to within society. So, AI, as it currently is with generative AI, AI-powered robots, can, on the one hand, greatly exacerbate inequality, but it can also level the playing field and give people that have historically had fewer opportunities a much better life. Similarly, if we look across countries as well, and again, I think this is something that Foreign Minister Wang Yi stressed, is that all countries, whether developed or developing, ought to be able to participate fully in these developments. And I think this is a very, very important part of safety, in addition to some of the other issues that have been talked about quite a lot, disinformation, deep fakes, cyber weapons, etc. But I think this is also very, very important.
Now, so allow me to expand on what you just said. Developed countries clearly have an edge in AI development. How can we level the playing field for developing countries then?
Well, I think this is actually a bit of a complex situation in that there clearly is a narrative that developed countries, particularly the United States, is ahead in AI. And I think this is largely due to the attention and, frankly, the consumer adoption of generative AI. But I think countries like China actually are making very important advances. We shouldn't forget that China was the first leader in AI when it came to image recognition. There are other areas of AI I think that China is very strong in, and the attention that China is placing on AI is more on industrial applications, ones that have more immediate market value. So some of these companies today, the OpenAIs, et cetera, it's not exactly clear what their long-term revenue model is, where I think China's approach, we could call it perhaps a bit more practical and pragmatic, so focused more on enterprises, on industrial applications, which are much more boring, don't get a lot of attention, but I think at the same time also are very important. So I would say that certainly there should be a more level playing field, but I would not necessarily say that the developed countries have an unqualified lead when it comes to artificial intelligence.
And where do you see the potential challenges or risks associated with integrating AI into democratic systems?
Well, this is really a very timely question given 2024 is an important year for political elections in many countries around the world, including the United States. And I think AI really is going to be a huge challenge because again, if we go back to this idea of safety and fairness and inclusiveness, it seems that it would be very difficult for countries with political systems like that of the United States to really implement any inclusive, holistic, balanced policies because of the fragmentation the power, some would say even the undue influence that certain special interests exert, so that this might undermine and subvert even the most well-intentioned efforts to ensure that AI benefits as many people as possible in these countries.